Respect is one of the fastest ways to get a woman attracted. A woman will never sleep with someone that she doesn't respect, and she absolutely will not be in any sort of relationship with a man that she doesn't respect. Here's how you're going to get her to respect you and get her obsessed over you. This is going to take a little bit of time, but once you build this up, it's going to be very fruitful for your dating life. First, you have to have a lifestyle that's somewhat fun. And I don't mean that you have to be on private jets every weekend, but yeah, travel should be part of your life. You should be doing fun things, going to fun events, hanging out with friends. Like, you shouldn't have a lifestyle that's super boring. And by the way, that's subjective. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is, but you should be doing things. You should be an active individual. A lot of women who see a guy who has that active lifestyle will respect, because she's going to think, oh, this guy is doing something with his life. He's not just some boring random dude. But also, she's going to want to be part of that lifestyle, right? So she's going to be more interested in a guy who has things going on for him. He likes things. He's active in things that he does like, whether it's sports or if it's going out to certain restaurants or, being a foodie or, like I said earlier, travel, whatever it is. You have some sort of substantial lifestyle that she can be like, hey, if I'm with this guy, this is going to be a good time. We're not going to get bored. Number 2, you are well socialized. What does that mean? That means that when you're talking to her and you're talking to others and she sees you socializing with other people, you're good at it, you're pretty charismatic, you're comfortable around people, you're not a shy dude, right? A guy who has friends, who has some sort of social network. And I do not mean online. Yes, I guess it does help if you have a large following online, but that is not going to be as important as when she's with you in the flesh, in person, and she sees how you communicate with other people. Or are you sort of awkward around her and other people? Is it sort of strange when you're trying to connect with people and she sees that, like, he doesn't seem like a guy who goes out often or who interacts with people often? One of the cues that a woman looks for is a man who is well socialized. David Buss talks about this in his book, The Evolution of Desire, because a man, in theory, who is well socialized and well connected is going to help be able to support her and the family for the future. Number 3, similar to this, but it really is in its own category, is the fact that you're comfortable around women. Okay, so beyond being comfortable socializing, you're comfortable around women. You're comfortable around her. She doesn't want to see you being shy around her or have some inability to flirt with her or move interactions forward physically. She doesn't want to see any sort of sexual awkwardness when you guys are together. It sounds kind of funny to say this, and it sounds very counterintuitive, but women actually like a guy who has been with other women, who has had experiences with other women. Generally speaking, a woman doesn't really crave wanting to be with a guy who is a virgin. She wants to know that this guy is desired by other women and therefore comfortable around other women and being able to socialize and do whatever he needs to do around women. Next, you have a job that supports you well. Does not mean you need to be making 6 figures. Of course, it really just depends on where you live. If you live in San Francisco and you're not making 6 figures, you're probably broke. If you live in rural Texas somewhere and you're making $60,000 per year, you might have a beautiful, amazing big house and be able to have a great lifestyle. So it really all depends on where you live, but you should have some sort of job that is supporting a lifestyle. That doesn't mean you're living in filth, you're living in trash, or living at home, and you have enough money to do things, to go out. You're not living paycheck to paycheck. You have money that is discretionary that you can use to be able to do things. You're going to have that anyways, because you're going to have to take women on dates. You're going to have to go out with them. You're going to want to go on trips. You're going to want to do things, right? You're going to want to be active. So you have to have some sort of job, and that makes a decent salary relative to the city that you're in. If a woman knows that you can take care of yourself enough to have a decent lifestyle, then that's great. That's kind of like the bare minimum. You do not have to be super wealthy. Obviously that helps, but you need to be able to take care of yourself. Speaking of taking care of yourself, let's talk about that. Taking care of yourself also is the way that you present yourself when you're talking to a woman, when you're on a date, when you do an approach, right? So the way that you take care of yourself is the way that you groom yourself, the way that you take care of your skin, the way that you dress, your hygiene, the way that you smell, right? Your scent. Your physical appearance is going to tell her how you take care of yourself and how much you actually care. So if you focus on grooming, hygiene, and style and skincare, all of these things mixed together is going to be a guy who can really make a baller first impression. And I want that for you. So make sure that you're taking care of some of those things and that you're not leaving that to the side. That's obviously important. And a lot of guys get this wrong. They don't pay enough attention to it, and they can do little tweaks that actually make it that much better, right? Just by changing the size of your shirt, for example, or maybe getting contacts or getting LASIK or specific glasses that you might have, then you can exchange for another pair of glasses that's going to make you more attractive. There's all these different ways to optimize your look. We actually help with that in the TripAdvice Accelerator Coaching Program. If you want to learn about that, there's a quick video you can watch at tripadvicecoaching.com. Go there right now, check it out, and you can book a free call with us to discuss how we can help you in your dating life. Another way to get a woman obsessed with you is to make sure that when you're talking to her, you're not discussing anything negative. You're not talking about the disaster and state of the world and the country. You're not complaining about your job and your friends. You're not talking about your past childhood traumas. You're not complaining about generally anything. Yeah, I know. It sounds like, well, is that even real life? Like, can someone do that forever? Well, hopefully you can. Hopefully you can keep those negative thoughts to yourself, internalize them, and work and deal with them on your own time. But when you're with a woman, when you're dating a woman, when you're in a relationship with a woman, that's not what it should be about. Why? Because she wants to know that you have the mental strength and capacity to be able to support the relationship. Be there for her, protect her, and provide for her. And a guy who's going to be complaining, being negative all the time, and looking at the world like it's a sad state of affairs is not going to be the guy who's representing the person who can take care of themselves and who can go about life in a way where he's effective and he's taking care of things. So keep the negative stuff aside and focus on the positive. Plus, it's going to be better for you in the long run anyways. And you want to make sure that you're not telling her some specific things that actually make her unattracted to you. On the screen here is 5 secrets to never tell her. Watch that video now. If you want a free call with my team, possibly me, then go book a call at tripadvicecoaching.com.